Another thing that we know about these Galatians is that they came from a background of paganism. If these Galatians are the people that Paul preached to in Acts chapter 14, for example, when he performed that mighty miracle, and the people of Lystra came and tried to offer sacrifices to Barnabas and Saul as if they were Zeus and Hermes, we can see that there was very much a background of paganism. And when that happened, Paul's response was to tear his robes, and he was fraught. He was so troubled by this. It was like going through the pains of labour as he brought the church in South Galatia to birth. And now he says in this letter, he says, I'm in labour again. In chapter 4 and verse 19, I'm in labour again till Christ is formed in you. He says in chapter 3 verse 3, are you so foolish, having begun by the Spirit, are you now being perfected by the flesh? They're going back to another kind of bondage, which in many ways is no different from what they've come out of before. He says in Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1, it was for freedom that Christ set us free. Therefore keep standing firm and don't be subject again to a yoke of slavery. When we lose the fullness of the Holy Spirit in our lives, that fullness of the Spirit that comes only as a result of Christ's completed work for us that we receive by grace. And when we lose the fullness and the joy of the Holy Spirit, we'll find that we start reverting back to our old pre-Christian coping mechanisms, means of self-justification, our own old self-improvement ways. We've departed from the grace of Christ and we've got back into self-effort again. Let's pause for a moment and ask that question. What for us are the pre-Christian dependencies, the pre-Christian coping mechanisms that were in our lives that we can find ourselves retreating back to as we lose the joy of the salvation which we have in and exclusively in Jesus and his completed work?